Hey, Andrew. Obviously, this is the baby timber rattlesnakes, and if you watch it behind them, you will see an albino monocled cobra from time to time. He moves around. He's in an enclosure right beside. Did he? That's cool. Yeah. He'll make an appearance now and then a little farther over, every now and then you might see her, but she's a blizzard monocled cobra, which is an albino leucistic. So she is all white with red eyes. We are working on our new enclosure, or our new building, our new snake building. There's Bob, or no, that's Luna. There, you see that monocle moving in the distance there. That's the albino leucistic. But anyway, we're working on our new building, and our new building will be done in a couple of days. And we'll have all of our snakes set up, all of our camera equipment, and we will actually get our streams going, all the time like we want to. Right now, I come in and do a live stream every night, but I haven't seen you here in a little while. Yeah, I figured that California would be going into brumation, about now. Colorado's probably been in brumation for a little while, haven't they? Yeah, one of them did just spill their water dish. Yep. Yep. Uh, my timbers have went into brumation about 2 weeks ago. I do still have some that I keep inside that I have not put down yet because I'm in the middle of treating for snake fungal disease and I don't want to put them down till I'm done all the way with the treatment. Oh, okay. Yeah, the California one. Yeah. They'll go to a den site, and they'll brumate, but they're The area, I think California to me looks like a birthing rookery. It doesn't so much look like a den site to me. How you doing, Soviet Kitty? Good to see you here. Yeah, he likes to show off. His name's Bob. Bob is very cantankerous. Very active. Yeah, the people on the live stream been given the snakes names. Yeah, actually, Soviet Kitty named him. The other person in here chatting with us. Soviet Kitty is a youngster that's very interested in reptiles. Yeah, I've seen y'all name some snakes on the rattle cam. The little black phase that you see right now with his head on top of the pile, his name is Rattlesnake Jake. Hey, everybody, thanks for stopping in. Can y'all please hit the thumbs up while you're in here? Just double tap center your screen. That's the quickest, easiest way to give us a like. Or you can hit the three dots in the upper right corner. A little menu will drop down. You can hit the thumbs up in there. Thumbs up are the only way for us to get more people into our streams. And we're able to spread the education about these snakes and a little bit of entertainment. You're looking at baby timber rattlesnakes. They're about a month old. Their scientific name is Crotalus horridus. They're a venomous pit viper found throughout the eastern United States. They are found all the way from New England to the northern parts of Florida. They're found as far west as Minnesota and northeastern Texas. They have been listed as a species of concern or endangered species candidate. They've been removed from that list in some areas, and they've been added to the list in others. There's lots of reasons, everything from climate change to human intervention, such as, deforestation, fragmenting their habitat, by putting roadways in, housing developments, people being afraid of them, killing them out of fear. These timber rattlesnakes mature very, very slowly. A female does not reach sexual maturity till between 8 and 11 years old, and then she may only give birth 2 to 3 times her entire lifetime. They only give birth every 3 to 5 years. So if Just killing just one female timber rattlesnake can disrupt a habitat or a community of them for decades if that habitat ever recovers. Yeah, Andrew, it's a very, very slow process with timber rattlesnakes. That's one of the huge reasons that, the populations have decreased so much. They used to be seen as far west as Minnesota. There has not been a lot of sightings of them that far west in a very long time. I like to believe that they are still there a little bit, but yeah, they are very, very, very slow to mature. It's very important that we protect this species of rattlesnake. I think it's important that we protect all snakes, but this species in particular is so slow. And rattlesnakes get a bad name, but they're not a villain. The rattlesnakes, they do a lot for us. They control rodent populations. They and the rodents, if rodents get out of control, they end up damaging crops, some of the native vegetation and stuff that's important to our ecosystems. The rats carry things like hantavirus and ticks. Ticks spread Lyme's disease to humans. So it's very important, they are a super important part of the balance in our ecosystems. Soviet kitty, a good starter snake for a youngster, I would say, is a ball python. But now, if you aspire to one day keep venomous snakes when you get older, I would say get a rat snake or a king snake. Because if you can learn to hold that rat snake and king snake without getting bit, that gives you a lot of good training for the future if you ever start trying to work with venomous snakes. Hey guys, while you're in here, can you please give us a thumbs up? There's 13 people right this minute. Even if you don't plan on staying long, please give us a thumbs up. It'll help get this out to a bigger audience. You didn't understand, Kitty, what I was saying? What I was saying is a ball python is a great starter snake. But if you ever intend to work with venomous snakes, I would suggest you get a king snake or a rat snake. And the reason I say this is rat snakes sometimes are rather spicy. So if you can learn to hold that rat snake and work with that rat snake without getting bit, that will help you in the future if you ever should decide to start working with venomous snakes, because you will learn the behaviors of snakes. Hey, everybody, once again, thanks for stopping in. If you could, please hit that thumbs up for us, even if you're only staying for a minute. It would help us out tremendously. By you hitting the like button, you make this more visible to more people, where other people have a chance to stop in and check out our snakes and hear a little bit of information on them. We try to bring people around to where they're not afraid of snakes, or where they dislike snakes, or where they feel like every good snake's a dead snake. We want to change that thought with people. We really want to bridge that gap. We want to make people understand that they can coexist with these animals, and live peacefully without having to be in fear. These snakes do not want to bite you. They do not want to hurt you. They just want to exist. And they help us out tremendously. Like I said, they help everything from slowing the spread of Lyme's disease, hantavirus. They also, the venom from venomous snakes are doing lots of good things. Like blood pressure medications, pain medications, cancer research. There's lots of things that the venomous snake is good for. You still with us, Andrew? Good deal. The California one, they're Sopax, correct? Hey, Sue. Yeah, we made her back on. Andrew wanted to come in the stream for a little bit, so I went ahead and restarted it so we could talk with Andrew. I met Andrew originally over on the Colorado Rattle Cam. He spends a lot of time on the Colorado and the California rattle cams. The California cam isn't much fun right now because all the snakes have moved from the birthing rookery. They've done moved off to their probably to their den site or something like that for the winter. Though they will not go into as deep of a brumation as a lot of other snakes, but the but the Colorado rattle cam still has a handful of prairies coming in and out. Okay, they're Northern Pacifics. Okay, I got you. I didn't know if they were Norpax or Sopax, but I never did. I've only ever stopped into the California cam one time. I always go into the Colorado cam. The California cam. I just haven't went in much. Just that once, and I didn't see anything when the time I went in, and I just never went back. Not for any reason other than I found my interest in the Colorado cam. When I first found them. And I make daily donations to them. I know they're a school trying to work on conservation with these snakes and stuff, so I find it important to try to support their mission. Yeah, yeah. Do they save highlights of their streams? Because I would like to maybe go check out some of the highlights of the California cam. Hey, everybody, thanks for stopping in. Can you please hit that like button while you're in here? It doesn't cost you anything and it pays off tremendously for us. We're not a monetized channel. We do not accept donations. We do not ask for donations or super chats. We don't want your money. We just want you to hit the like button. So if you don't mind while you're here, even if you're only going to be here for just a minute, please double tap the center of your screen there and give us a thumbs up. All right, yeah, cool. I'm gonna check that out now. Now the California cam, that's a complete different channel than the Colorado, correct? Because I'm subscribed to Colorado. Okay, they're both the same channel. Okay, well then I'll have to just go to the channel and look around there and see. Andrew Sue Tom is one of my moderators, and her husband Tom is a moderator as well. They have both been here since day one. Well, Sue has been here since day one, and her husband started joining shortly after. And they're in here regularly with me. They help me out a lot on this channel. They ask people to give me likes. They answer questions. Sue translates because we have some fellas from Indonesia, and she will translate all night for us. So I don't know if you ever met Sue or Tom yet. I think you met Sue in the beginning, but very good people. And Soviet Kitty, she's another one that's been in here a long time. Like I said, she is a youngster, um, but she's very interested in reptiles and comes in and chats with us every night. Hey everybody, can y'all please hit the like button for me? There's 15 of y'all in here right this minute, only 3 likes. Can I please get y'all to hit the like button and help us out? Let's try to get this stream out to a bigger audience. I would really, really appreciate it. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me tremendously. Oh, okay, good deal, good deal. The channel has been slow growing, but it is growing. And like I said, I could be like some of these other snake channels, and I could free handle some snakes and probably get a whole lot of views and subscribers real fast, but that's not what I'm in it for. I'm in it for the people that care more about the snake actually versus seeing somebody do some cool stuff with a snake. And so we're just organically growing this with people that we interact with and everything. I would rather have, I'd rather have 100, people in here watching that really care versus, 1,000 people that are just here to see the next cool moment. As you just saw, Bob, he has rearranged his house. Yeah. Some people just want to see stupid stuff, or like when them people that have cobras, they want to constantly make the cobra hood up and everything, they're just stressing the animal out. That's not what I'm in it for. Now, don't get me wrong, Bob will hood up. Bob just loves to sit there hooded up all the time, but I do not instigate my snakes to try to get a defense response out of them. Hey, everybody, we got 20 people watching. We've only got 3 likes. Can I please get a couple of y'all at least to hit the like button for us? If y'all hit the like button, it helps push this out to a bigger audience. It brings more people in. We get more people in the chat, talking back and forth. We're able to, teach people a little something about these snakes, and we're able to just give you some, entertainment, watching them, checking them out. So I appreciate that if you'd hit the like button. Now, I do get, pretty decent amount of people in when I'm doing feedings. They seem to enjoy feedings, and I sort of went back and forth with myself a little bit about it, whether I was going to show live feedings or not, because I know some people don't like that. And but unfortunately, it's the necessary evil. The other day we fed a handful and we had a couple hundred people in, and there was one person out of that whole group of people that, had something to say at first, but then she ended up staying with us for probably about an hour afterwards, and understanding that, feeding is necessary, these snakes help balance our ecosystems, and, it's necessary for them to eat to stay alive and everything. And it's just the cycle of life. Hi, everybody. Thanks for stopping in. If you can, please hit that like button for me. You're looking at timber rattlesnakes. They're about a month old. They are babies. Their scientific name is Crotalus horridus. The snake that you see in the background is a Naja coethia. It is a monocled cobra. Yeah, so it definitely messed me up because, we went from starting to gather a pretty big crowd back down to our numbers, from a couple of weeks ago. So whatever happened there, it definitely hurt me, because even some of my short videos that I post, I was getting, 20,000 likes on some of them, or I'm sorry, 20,000 views on some of them. And now I'm back down to, 1,000, 1,500 views on a lot of them. Hey guys, can you please hit that like button for me? I know someone in here has to care enough to hit the like button. There's 19 of y'all in here, only 3 likes. It won't take you no time at all. Please just double tap center of that screen. That was super weird. I was watching multiple live streams the entire time and they never even buffered. I was like, what do you mean YouTube is down? Yeah, it was very crazy, man. We had a good audience going, I got like 85 subscribers that night, on just one live stream, and everything was going great. Next thing you know, it just boom, everything collapsed. And like, we went back to, it's almost like it set us back a couple of weeks. We were getting a lot of people in here chatting, we had a bunch of people in here, several nights in a row just chatting away. And next thing you know, after that, we haven't done so well again, but it'll slowly pick up. I appreciate whoever's spreading the love there, giving us the hearts. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please do that as well. Yeah, that's how it started for me too, Andrew. Like people were telling me, "Oh, it went black. The screen's black." There's Rattlesnake Jake right there. That's his name, the one you're looking at. I appreciate whoever hit that like button already. Thank you very much. If I can get a few more of y'all to hit that like button. But hey, Romero, thanks for stopping back. But yeah, people were telling me the screen was going black, so I restarted the stream. Everybody restarted their YouTube or their phones or whatever, and nothing was working. And next thing all the likes disappeared, the views disappeared, the people disappeared, everything. And it just hasn't been the same since. But yeah, there's Rattlesnake Jake. He's looking up at the camera like, what the heck's going on? Yeah, I like I say, I'm lost on what happened. No, I don't have any plans for Halloween, Romero. Probably just stay home and do some live streaming or something. What are you dressing up as? You got the hat gloves and shit. That's awesome. Well, make sure you take some pictures and take my email address and send me the pictures. That way I can show everybody on the live stream, if you don't mind. I'm gonna put my email address in here right now. So write it down real quick if you will. Hey, everybody. Thanks for stopping in. You are looking at 1 month old baby timber rattlesnakes. They are known scientifically as Crotalus horridus. They're a venomous pit viper found throughout the eastern United States. They're found all the way from New England to northern Florida. They have been seen as far west as Minnesota and northeastern Texas. These snakes get between 3 and 5 feet in length, with some individuals getting as much as 72 inches. These snakes live 15 to 20 years on average in the wild. They can live as much as 30 years. They reproduce very, very slowly. Females don't reach sexual maturity until between 8 and 11 years old. And then they only breed every 3 to 5 years. So that means that they may only reproduce 2 or 3 times their entire lifetime. So these snakes here have been listed as an endangered species candidate. And that is due to, fragmented habitat, from things like roadways, houses, deforestation. There's many reasons for it. And I think it's very important for us to understand and learn that we can coexist with these animals without having to be in fear. We don't have to fear them. They are a super docile species of rattlesnake. I would arguably say that the timber rattlesnake is the most docile rattlesnake on the planet. Some might argue that, but that is my opinion and my experience. This rattlesnake will rattle, it will strike, and it will bite you if you accidentally step on it, if you corner it, make it feel threatened in any way. But if you give it its space and you don't accidentally step on it or purposely try to pick it up, you would not, your 99.9% chance you would not get bit. Good deal, Romero. Did you write down that email address? If so, I'm going to go ahead and delete it out of the comments. These particular ones you are looking at are normally found in the northeastern United States. The one that is crawling across your screen right now on top of the pile is what is known as a yellow phase. And then the darker one right next to it, that's just now lifting its head up, that is actually a black phase. As they age, the black phase, as it ages, every time it sheds, it will get darker and darker, and the yellow ones will turn more of a yellowish green color. Yeah, stepping on them, Romero, like if you accidentally step on one of these snakes, they're going to bite you. But my point to it is if you don't do that, they're not going to bite you. They're not going to try to bite you or anything. They're going to leave you alone. You give them space, they'll give you space. Snakes are not aggressive. They will be defensive if they feel threatened. But these snakes, they are very important to, balancing our ecosystems. These snakes help control rodents, such as, mice, rats, field mice, moles, chipmunks, squirrels. They help control all of that. And as we know, those rodents carry disease. They carry like hantavirus. They carry ticks, and ticks spread Lyme's disease. So by us, protecting these snakes, it also protects us because, they help eat some of those rodents, which we would be overran by if we didn't have these snakes. The rodents would just overrun us. They would eat, a lot of the native vegetation. They would destroy crops. There would be, the ticks that get eaten by the snake when they eat the rodents. There's lots of different things. Hi, Anika. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate that. While you're here, please double tap on your screen and give us a thumbs up. Yeah, if you're on a PC, you might have to push the thumbs up button, or if you're on a TV, you've got to also scroll to the thumbs up button. But if you're on a mobile device, you just double tap center of your screen to give a thumbs up. Or you can click the three little dots in the upper right corner. That'll make a menu drop down, and you can see the thumbs up button in there as well. Or you can just simply at the very top of your screen on a mobile device, you can click the little thumb, and that will give you the option to like the stream as well. So please hit the like button for us. It really helps us out a lot. Yeah, there's some Bear with me a second, guys. I'm going to put the tripod up so I can get you a little bit better of an angle here, where you can see a little bit more. There we go. Now you can see it. I'm going to leave it like that, though, so you can also see Bob. Oh, shit. Actually, I might just send you a picture of me as Mario from last year. I didn't have the mustache that I have now, or the gloves. See, there was the picture of me. Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know why, but mine can climb the glass and they stay stuck on the glass and everything. Now, I assume that the timber rattlesnakes probably climb much better than the speckleds. I know there's mountains and canyons and all that stuff in the southeast where the speckled rattlesnakes are from. But these northeastern timber rattlesnakes really have some super rough terrain that they got to learn to navigate and everything. I say southeast. I'm sorry, southwest. Believe me that I know what I'm talking about because I just said something completely stupid. Looking right at the camera right now. His name is Rattlesnake Jake. That little black phase doing right now is called periscoping. They do that to get a higher vantage point to see what's going on around them. He's probably doing it because he sees the monocle cobra over there. Oh yeah, he's up here. I'm sorry, Romero. I'm looking. Let me see here. I'm sorry. I walked away for a minute. That's Bob. Okay, Sue was talking. I have to go back and watch more videos. Yeah, check them out. I usually have a 45-second highlight of the streams. Definitely a little pile of pups there, Andrew. Right now we're looking at Rattlesnake Jake and his tank mates. Romero, with these timber rattlesnakes, it's kind of 50-50. Sometimes you'll find dens that have a bunch of them. Other times, there might be. But these timber rattlesnakes, a lot of the time, you will find that they will den up with other timber rattlesnakes. They'll den up with copperheads, garter snakes, rat snakes. They'll all share a big den when they find a good big den that they like. Yeah, Sue, I realized that other microphone died. I had to turn the other one on. Not that any of y'all care, but I'm in the tub while I'm talking on the microphone and monitoring the chat on my phone. Yep, Romero, it's true. They will share dens with several other species. I am very brave, Andrew, because I drop my phone probably once a month in the tub. Believe it or not, it's not anything fancy. It's just a Samsung Galaxy, but if you grab it fast enough, you're good. Or if you have a charger plugged in when you drop it in water, you're pretty much good usually too, because it don't get water in usually. Now, if you let it sit underwater for even 30 seconds, you're probably screwed. But if you just drop it and pick it right back up out real quick, you're usually all right. No, they're not in the same family, even though they're different. Now, all rattlesnakes belong to the genus Crotalus. Like example, these snakes you're looking at now are Crotalus horridus. But let's say a western diamondback, they are Crotalus atrox. A Texas blacktail rattlesnake is Crotalus ornatus. An Arizona blacktail rattlesnake is Crotalus molossus. And so on. I think there's 34 or 38 different Crotalus species. I can't remember for sure, but I think it's somewhere around that. Oh yeah, especially years ago with an S4. I mean, man, they were expensive back then. I mean, nowadays you can pick up a Galaxy for a couple $100. Yes, Sistrus is. This fucking microphone again, man. What the heck? Can you hear me? Yes, citrus. There we go. I think I got it. Anyway, citrus, what Andrew's saying there, Romero, is citrus is another rattlesnake as well. Crotalus is, you know, most of the rattlesnakes, but citrus is the pygmy rattlesnakes. And another fun fact that a lot of people don't know, but rattlesnakes are only found in the Americas. But the Massasauga rattlesnake is Citrus canta. I can't pronounce the word. Damn, I just can't pronounce that word good. But it's something I'm gonna give it my best here. But it is Citrus cantinatus for the Massasauga rattlesnake. And the Massasauga rattlesnake, in my opinion, fits in the pygmy rattlesnake category because they are another small rattlesnake. Now, the pygmy rattlesnake is the smallest rattlesnake species on the planet. And I believe the scientific name for the pygmy rattlesnake is Citrus miliarius is, I believe, how you say that word. I butcher the scientific names all the time because they're just hard to say, in my opinion. But you know, you could probably Google it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to type it into Google here and see. Yeah, right there. Okay, yeah, the pygmy rattlesnake is Citrus miliarius. So I was correct on that, like I thought. And then the Massasauga rattlesnake, the eastern Massasauga, at least, is the Citrus catinatus. I think's how you say it. Like the one that I have shown on my channel that I think you have got to see, Romero, is a desert Massasauga, and they are Citrus tergeminus edwardsi. The Massasauga rattlesnakes, you know, max out at 2 feet, usually under 2 feet, but they can get up to 2 feet. The desert Massasauga that I have is a rather large Massasauga. Now, the pygmy rattlesnakes, I don't know what their maximum size is, but I know that I personally have had pygmies that were about 13 to 15 inches long. I don't know. I believe that their maximum size is, I want to say somewhere in the neighborhood of 18 inches. Okay, I'm actually reading right now online, and there has been a pygmy recorded as much as 31.6 inches, but it was in captivity for over 12 years. Um, I've never seen one, I've never even seen one at the 2 foot mark, but apparently they can get there. Hey guys, thank you for stopping in. Can you please hit that thumbs up for us while you're here? It definitely means a lot to us when you hit the like button. It's the only way for us to get this stream out to a bigger audience. It also helps bring people into our future streams. So if you're only even just staying for a minute, please hit the like button for us. You can double tap the center of the screen if you're on a mobile device, or if you're on a TV or a PC, you actually got to go to the thumbs up button and click it. I would really, really appreciate if you would do that for us. Yeah, they're cool scientific names. They're just very difficult to. Yeah, they're cool scientific names. They're just very difficult to say. Andrew, I always joke around about Bob that if I was to tell Bob to tell people hi, he would probably say, like if I said, say hi, Bob, Bob would, probably look at the camera and say, hi, Bob. Bob is a psychopath. He does not try to bite me, but he definitely puts on a show all the time. I mean, like you see him right now in the background there, he's just cruising around, rearranging his cage. That snake, I just cannot keep water in a dish for him. He flips the water dish all the time. He moves his hide from one end of the enclosure to the other. So like if he gets cold, he'll move it to the warm end. If he gets warm, he'll move his whole hide to the other end. He's a very, very destructive cobra. Hey guys, thanks for stopping. You are looking at timber rattlesnake babies. They're about a month old. They are scientifically known as Crotalus horridus. They're a venomous pit viper, heavy-bodied venomous pit viper, found throughout the eastern United States. They grow between 3 and 5 foot in length, with some individuals getting as long as 6 foot. At one time in the southeastern United States, they were actually called a canebrake rattlesnake. And the scientific name for the canebrake rattlesnake was Crotalus horridus. They have been grouped together all into one big species now, and they call them all a timber rattlesnake. However, I personally believe that the southeastern version, the canebrake rattlesnake and the timber rattlesnake have some differences. However, science and DNA and whatnot has shown that they are the same snake. The colors and the patterns have just changed based on their locale. Yeah, you're just like Bob then, Romero. Hey, everybody, there's 17 people watching with only 7 likes. Can I please get a couple more of y'all to hit that thumbs up for us? You still with us, Sue, or did you go to sleep? If you're with us, if there's any chance you could put in translation in there for Indonesian and Spanish, asking people to hit the thumbs up. There you go. See Bob moving his hide right now, Romero? Yep. Yeah, that's what he does, man. Bob's crazy, but I love him. Bob's a good guy. Heck yeah, I hear you. I got an air conditioner vent like right beside my head, so I love it. Now I'm kind of weird, I like it cold, but I do have one of them little tiny 200-watt personal heaters, and I hold that, but I also like the air conditioner to be on, so I like it cold, but I like to hold that little tiny heater as well. Hi, Patrick. Thanks for stopping in. I really appreciate that. No, that is a common myth. Babies are not more venomous than adults. That's a myth. Patrick, if you have not hit the like button yet, please hit the like button for us. But anyway, adults are definitely more venomous. The venom is the same venom between the babies and the adults. However, the adults have much more venom than the babies. So if you get bit by an adult, you're going to get a much higher venom yield than you would from a baby. So that is a very common myth and misconception with venomous snakes. Whoever hit the like button that time, they accidentally took their like away. So if you could do that again, I'd appreciate it. My computer doubles as a space heater with the CP. Yeah. Andrew, I had a plasma screen TV for a long time. And, I paid so much for that darn TV back when I got it that I had to get every last drop of use out of it that I could. I just couldn't justify getting rid of it. But that darn thing was like a space heater. That thing kept the whole bedroom warm. I do not speak Spanish and Indonesian, Andrew. I have a couple of people that watch in here that are from Indonesia and some Spanish speakers. So we like to translate for those people to try to get them to hit the like button as well. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to cough on you. Yeah, electronics. Electronics put off some heat now. Like my snake room, example tonight outside, it is like 55 degrees out. But in my snake room, before I turned the heater on, it was already 71 degrees in there. And that was because of all their, heat mats and things like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Sue. That's funny. Okay, I misunderstood then, Andrew, and I should have just minded my own business. Hey, folks, give us a thumbs up. Please double tap center your screen if you're on a mobile device. If you're on a TV or a computer, just find the like button and click it. It doesn't take you no time. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps us tremendously. Please help us out. Give us a thumbs up. Help us get this out to a bigger audience. So, Andrew, you've been watching baby rattlesnakes for quite a long time. So, I'm going to ask you what I have asked everybody else so far. How many baby rattlesnakes do you think are in this enclosure? Me too, Sue. Andrew, you've been the closest of everybody so far. You are only off by one snake. There's actually 12 in this enclosure. And Andrew, I don't know if you remember, but over at the Colorado cam, before I started my cam, I told y'all about finding that gravid female that got hit on the road, and I salvaged her embryos. So, five of these babies came from that. I managed to successfully incubate five of them to term out of the six that were viable. And then the others, oh shit, the came from my 11-year-old female. She actually had nine, but three of them were stillborn. I can say like 5 or 6 words in Spanish, but that's all I need on the job site to get somebody that can speak English to translate for the whole crew. Translate for the whole crew. Exactly. And that's what I meant. Like when I'm in there, I'm going to install some cabinets I built or something, and they're doing a bunch of drywall or something, and getting it all over my cabinets or something. I gotta talk to them to get them to quit. And like nobody ever speaks English then, but they always get it figured out and rectify the issue.
All right, guys, I'm gonna call it a night, but I'm gonna leave the stream going, so feel free to watch if you want. Thank you for stopping by, and have a good night.